Okay, thank you for joining me today again. Today we are going to be looking at the CBT module, how to operate the CBT module. That's the computer-based test. And you can see it here. This is the CBT module. So first, let's go to CBT test. The first thing you need to do is you need to set the test. So this is the area where you set the test, and these are the available tests. So for example, I'm about to set a test. So let me set a test. Let me set spelling test. Let's say for pre-nursery. Let's say answer all questions. Okay, that's the instruction. So that's going to be literacy, and this test is a 15 minutes test, or let me just set it at 30 minutes. You can set the test and you can decide, okay, today is 15th, so let me just set the test to hold on Monday, right? And the time for the test will be around 8:30. We are setting this test to hold around 8:30, and number of questions to answer. Okay, we're gonna set it to be, let's just say 2 questions, and marks per question. You have 10 marks per question. So the classes that will be taking this test is just pre-nursery. Pre-nursery A will be the one taking this test. Okay, let me just set the pre-nursery A and B will be taking this test. And so we have it all set. So let me create the test. Hello. So it's done. We've been able to create the test. Now you can see this test, spelling test for pre-nursery A, and the subject is literacy, what we said, and the test is supposed to hold on the 20th of March, 8:30 p.m. Right. Now we can reset this test here. You can decide to reset this test here, and you can also view questions set for this particular test. So you see now we have no question assigned to this test, so we can decide to set questions for this test. So what I need to do, let's go to set questions first. I have some questions already there, but to set a question, all you just need to do is come here, select the subject. Select the subject. We have literacy, pre-nursery A, right? We set the topic of the questions. We can say spelling. The topic of the question of this question is on sounds or spelling. Let me just leave it like this. So please, a quick one here. You can decide how many rows you want to set, but this is very, very important. There are different types of questions. As you can see, we have a single select objective, and then we have a multiple select objective and true or false question. So single select, you just have to select one, just one right answer. While multiple select, you can have multiple right answers for the multiple select. So you decide, okay, we can say, okay, we just want to set a true or false question, for example, and maybe we can say we only want one question like that, or two. So let me do this. You see, it will give you 2 available space for true or false. Then I can say that A is a vowel. A is a vowel, right? True or false, right? So I'll just come here and say true. Set the right answer, and you can continue. When you submit this process, the questions will be set. So let me show you how the questions appear. You can now view questions. All the questions you set, you can view the questions you've set. Now here are the questions we set for the literacy class. Now you can now select questions. You can now select some of the questions and add these questions to a particular test, but this is the test we created, right? Spelling test for pre-nursery. So this is the test we created, and we are going to be adding this test to we're going to add in these questions to that test we just created. So let me add this to it. So you see questions added, questions added. Now, if we should go back to manage CBT tests, we can check the questions assigned to this test and you would see them. Questions assigned to this test. Wow. Look here. We have 2 questions assigned to this test. Now, we can decide to add more questions. Though the instruction for this test is to answer 2 questions, we can decide to add more questions to this test. So the student can decide to choose which out of which to answer. Or the questions can just alternate and just pick randomly some questions and present it to the students to answer. Okay, let me add more questions. So we have the spelling text for this. So you have to select the text you want to add questions to. So then I will add this and I will add this question. Let me just select all the questions. So we should have 5 questions added. 5 questions added. Now going back to CBT test, you can see the questions assigned to this test. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 questions. We have 4 questions assigned to this test, and this is exactly how it appears. The student, they can, but with a place to check, to select the question. You can see a true or false question here. True or false question. This is how it appears for the students to view and answer their question. So it's pretty easy. So what you come to do is you set what you manage. Come to this place where you can manage your test. You can actually delete tests also. You can view results after a test has been taken. You can also view results after a test has been taken and decide what to do with the result of the text. So thank you very much. Please use this, and if you have any question, please ask our customer care. Contact us and we will be happy to answer you. Thank you very much for using Eduposh Suite.